So what's your name?
My name's Kyle.
How old are you, Kyle?
26 years old.
Where you from?
Sicklerville, New Jersey.
You work?
I'm a painter.
Okay. So, been through some adversity in your life. Tell me a little bit about it. Past drug use?
I've done a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
I started off with like 10 milligram Percocets, which moved into 30 milligram oxycodone, and eventually that leads to heroin for anybody.
How long do you think you were doing opiates for?
Did opiates for 7 years.
Now, when do you think you hit the most rock bottom?
Rock bottom was probably when I started getting arrested and committing crimes to support my drug habit and getting arrested and being in and out of jail.
What exactly did you get arrested for?
I've been arrested for theft, mostly theft.
Yeah.
Once for an assault and strong arm robbery charge, and somebody, like a robbery gone bad, somebody robbing me and me robbing them back and hurting them, so I wound up with a 3-year prison sentence. My life, had I not gone to prison, I think I'd probably still be out ripping and running and getting high and stuff. I think prison saved my life. Some people it makes them worse, and some people it saves their life, and you know, I'm actually the latter in this case.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember the last time you think you used?
March 13th of 2014. No, 2015, March 13th. Cold turkey in the county jail. Just sweated it out for like 5 or 6 days of just torturous withdrawal, and another like 3 months of what's called post-acute withdrawal symptoms. You know, restless legs and diarrhea, inability to sleep, high anxiety and stress. And eventually, after about like 6 or 7 months, I started to feel better again and started to feel like I'm coming back to my normal self. Got a little weight put back on and finally felt the strength to start eating and lifting weights once I got down to prison.
When did you get out of prison?
I served 2 years of my 3-year sentence. I came home on November 5th last year. Probably the worst day of my life, easily. You never really forget the sound of your parents cry when they get news like that. It's like a haunting sound that you can't ever really erase. Yeah, it's the worst day of my life. Still to this day I think about it. And April 19th, 2016 will, for the rest of my life, be the worst day of the year.
What, where did you find him, like?
He was, my father had gone away on business. My brother was living home with him. I was living somewhere else at the time, and my dad was away in Chicago, and the neighbors called him saying that there was ambulances out front of the house. My father called my mother and I, and we headed over here, and about halfway through on the trip here, we got the news that my brother had passed away in the kitchen at my father's house. And when people get clean, a lot of people like they promote the idea of using 12-step programs and all this, but I tried those off and on for like 7 years. Nothing ever seemed to work for me, and there was a few people every now and then that just told you, you know, you're just gonna get tired of it one day. It's gonna stop being fun, and it stopped being fun for like 5 out of the 7 years. But you're just so hooked into it, and you can't really escape it. You're just kind of like stuck. I was buying 15 bags for like $90, and probably do about like anywhere between 3 to 6 bags in one shot, and I didn't have any reason to start using drugs or throw my life away, but I threw everything away. It didn't discriminate. It doesn't matter. You don't have to come from a broken home to start using drugs and shooting heroin. You can be the worst person on the planet or the best person on the planet. It doesn't discriminate if you you do drugs, it'll destroy your life.